One tiny pair of brackets completely changes how your data behaves in Python. This error is not a bug. It's actually one of the biggest strengths of tuples. In the next few minutes, you will learn why Python intentionally prevents this and how tuples can make your code safer and cleaner. Tuples show up everywhere in Python, even if you are just getting started. They are commonly used for data that should never change, like GPS coordinates, RGB colors, or the days of the week. Think of a tuple like a sealed package. Once it's packed, you can open it and look inside, but you cannot replace what's already in the box. Here is today's roadmap. First, we will learn what a tuple is and how it's different from a list. Second, we will see what immutability, immutability means and why it's useful. Finally, we will master packaging and unpackaging tuples, including a super handy trick used by Python developers every day. Coming to basics. Let's start simple. Lists use square brackets while tuples use parentheses. Just like lists, just like lists, tuple let us access values using indices starting from 0. Starting from 0. See here. Here we are accessing fruit tuples. The element at index 0. It is giving us apple. And the item at the first index location, that is second item in the tuple, that is banana. We get as our output. Notice that the order stays exactly the same and duplicate values are perfectly allowed. See here, we have initialized a tuple here 5, 10, 15 and 20, and coming here while we printing these numbers, the order stays same. Now coming to the duplicate value, see here, I'm executing the code. Here the tuple is initialized with red, blue and red. Tuple allowed duplicate value also. Here is the output. Now I'm going to change the value of banana to orange. See what we will get. I'm executing the code. Boom. Type error. Python protects tuples from accidental changes. That sounds restrictive, but imagine storing important information like coordinates or configuration values. You wouldn't want those changing halfway through a program. Coming to immutability. See here, we have initialized a tuple. We have taken a tuple named coordinates and we have taken some coordinate values here. We are initializing it. I'm trying to change the first coordinate. See here, coordinate 0 is equal to 18.00. Here I got a type error, right? Since tuples are immutable, Python refuses to modify the data. So when should you use tuples instead of lists? Use a list when your data changes, like a shopping cart. Use a tuple when the data should stay fixed. GPS coordinates, RGB colors, days of a week, these rarely change. So tuples are a perfect fit. Tuples are a perfect fit. Here is a small trick that surprises beginners. If a tuple has only one value, you must add a trailing comma. See here, I have already prepared some code here. Here we have initialized a tuple with a single value. And I am printing here the single tuple here. and we have printed also type of the single. It is giving us a class tuple. If we forgot comma, then what will happen? See here. 42 is not a tuple. If you forgot it, it will treat it as int value. Int value. If we forgot comma, then Python treat that element as int value but not a tuple. Now the next topic, packaging and unpackaging. See here, the first example. Packaging happens automatically. Multiple values become one tuple. See here, I have assigned multiple values to a tuple variable named person. It packaging happens automatically here. See here. Unpackaging does the opposite. It splits the tuple into separate variables. As here, separate values are packaged to a single variable, and coming to unpackaging, it is quite opposite to the packaging. What does unpackaging? Unpackaging does the opposite. It splits the tuple into separate variables. Here is the example. See, here we took three separate variables and assigned our person tuple here. It unpackaged it successfully. See here, print name become Alice, and age become 25, and job becomes developer. Python even has something called star unpackaging. Here is the example. I am executing the code. See here. The first value goes into first, while everything else is collected into the list called rest. Here we already prepared a code here. I have already prepared code. We have taken a tuple called numbers, and we are going to unpackage this numbers tuple. For that purpose, I wrote a line of code. First comma star asterisk rest is equal to numbers. Here the first value in the tuple assigned to first, and rest of the values are assigned to rest. See here. Here I try to print first and rest. See, the value of first is 1, and the value of rest becomes the everything else. One of the coolest real-world uses is returning multiple values from a function. Instead of returning one thing, Python returns a tuple behind the scenes, and we unpack everything in a single line. See here, I have already mentioned some code. I'm written a code, prepared a code. Here in this function, we return two values. One is text value and the other is integer. Here in this code, in this line of code, we just called the function named getStudent, and we assigned it to two variables, that is student name and marks. After successful execution of this code, the values returned by the functions are assigned to these two variables. See, print student name becomes Rahul and print marks becomes 92. Now here is a single line of code. I'm going to execute it, see what will happen. Oops. Here we took a tuple with values 3 and we are assigning the tuple to two variables, right? This is a beginner's mistake. As we are assigning 3-value tuple, we have to take 3 variables. That's how we're going to fix it. See here. Here I'm taking Now I'm executing it. See, there is no error. In this way, we can fix the beginner mistakes. Today you have learned that tuples use parentheses, they are ordered, allow duplicates, and cannot be changed after creation. You also learned how packaging and unpackaging make working with multiple values incredibly simple. Here is your challenge. Create a tuple of your three favorite programming languages, unpack them into three variables and print each one on a separate line. Drop your output in the comments. I want to see what language everyone is learning. Here I'm going to type your challenge here. This is your challenge. Next up, we will explore Python sets where things get really powerful. Subscribe so you don't miss it.